Hey guys, what is up? Today I come to you with my weekly review of Starmyu Season 2, and we are at Episode 3. Now we have the characters of Hoshitani, Nayuki, Eigo, and Rui, who decide to take a visit at Ayanagi's middle school. Now, I don't remember if they mentioned it last season, because we do know for a fact that Nayuki's twin sisters attend the school, so possibly they may have mentioned it somewhere last season, but I just don't remember. So the reason for them actually visiting the middle school is because what happened earlier was we had where Hoshitani was scolded by Uozumi, and simply because he doesn't know how to properly act as an actor, because Uozumi was trying to teach Hoshitani how to play as someone who was angry, sad, happy, and he was just not getting it. So to take his mind off of that, and also because of the Shadow and Lights play, they decided to visit the middle school. So the middle school has like two huge events, which is the spring club recital and also the fall festival, which happens later in the year. So while they're there, they all end up getting separated, and of course Hoshitani ends up bumping into Riku, who's also there visiting the school. And of course Riku pays no attention to Hoshitani's presence, and Hoshitani is trying to create a conversation so these two characters can understand each other better, and hopefully that they can become friends, because you know how simple Hoshitani is. So while they're walking, we see where they're passing by various clubs like the tennis club, the basketball club, the track and field, and the calligraphy club, and we're thinking that Riku was the one who attended all these clubs in middle school. But to come to find out, it was actually Haruto who was part of those clubs and more. And knowing the fact that he excelled in all of these cultural and sports clubs just adds on to his flawless and perfect character. No wonder Kaito has such a huge brother complex and hates being compared to his older brother, because not only is he a good actor and a good singer, he's also, an all-rounder, okay? So what happens is we have where the Nayuki twins ask for Hoshitani's help because they're doing a play at their school, and one of their classmates dropped out at last minute, saying that he was sick, so they need someone to fill in that role, and they come to ask Hoshitani because they think he would be perfect for just filling in for that minor role of the play. So he goes in and he does a spectacular job on that play, and we have where the coaches came in and watched the play, and we remember Uozumi was scolding Hoshitani earlier in the episode for the fact that he did not know how to act, and now the fact that he saw Hoshitani on stage acting like himself but also in character, he changed his opinion on Hoshitani, and he realizes that once he becomes a character, that's when you see him truly shine the best. And what was also interesting is that Eigo and Rui were discussing that something similar happened to them when they were first years, I believe, in middle school. And they had someone that dropped out of the play, and they needed someone to fill in that role, and they showed a photo album of the person that filled in that role, and that person looked like what's his name again, Otori. So I'm guessing Otori filled in that play, and that's how they changed their opinion on him. And of course Nayuki wanted to show that to Hoshitani, possibly to boost up his morale and boost up his confidence in wanting to participate in the Lights and Shadows play even more. So of course the play went well, and we had where Uozumi was talking to Haruto on the phone, explain how he has a student that he's keeping his eyes on and that he finds him to be very interesting. And it's kind of funny how every time he talks about Haruto and he can't stand him, it shows that these two characters are actually, they can tolerate each other, and they actually seem to be very good friends, despite how Uozumi always, exclaimed that he can't stand Haruto. Now, if you stayed long enough after, the ending song, the extended scene of this episode show where Hoshitani was taking a jog, and once again he bumps into Riku. And this just goes into more why I can't stand Riku's character, because of his arrogance. He goes on to say that Hoshitani's dream is a childish one. he exclaims that, what you're doing, we're not the same, despite both of them going into the program because they had someone that they both admired. So they worked hard to get into the program and get into the school. But he thinks that Hoshitani should just give up and that they are not on the same playing field and that Hoshitani should not enter into his world. That just excludes arrogance, and this guy just feels like he's on top of the world, like no one is perfect. I'm the only perfect being. Remember what he said? I am perfect. Remember back to what he said, I believe it was in the first episode, he said, no, the second episode, he said he is perfect. And it's just like, I want Hoshitani to just prove to him that he is not, and that there's nothing wrong with, having fun, but also giving it all that you got. Because remember, a lot of characters looked down on Hoshitani back in last season, and he proved every single one of them wrong. So hopefully in this season, Hoshitani does the same thing again towards Riku, because this guy needs to be knocked off of his pedestal and to show some humility and become humble. So that was basically it for this week's episode. And also next week, showing in the preview, I guess they're going to focus on Tengenji, because he did say he was busy with, knowing he comes from the Kabuki acting family, and the fact that he's participating in the play, he's very busy. So next week, we're possibly going to see where we actually see his Kabuki acting skills, because he's going to be participating in another play outside of school. So stay tuned for next week's episode. Do drop a comment down below on how you felt about this week's episode, and the links are in the description box as always. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!